Yo, bro, I haven't been getting any super likes recently. I know you're a photographer, though. Can you help me take some Tinder pics?
Yeah, sure, bro. Just let me check out your Tinder profile real quick.
Dude, what's wrong?
Dude, are these your real eyes? You do know that girls love ocean eyes these days.
So what you're saying is you're gonna turn me into a catfish?
You're damn right, bro. I'm about to take this photo of you, bring it into Photoshop, and make you look pretty.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out.
What's up, guys? It is Stitch Pics from Subtle Cinematics, and today I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to enhance a person's eyes using Photoshop. We are going to go from this to this by the end of the video. And a little disclaimer, I will be using my Wacom tablet for this video. I will be doing a separate video on why you should have one if you are retouching images in Photoshop. I will leave a link in the description so you can download the raw file that I shot so you can stick with me and follow everything that I do in this tutorial. Alright, so the first step that we want to do is sharpen the subject's eyes. So we do this by duplicating the background layer. You can also do this by pressing Command J. And just like that, we have duplicated our background layer. And now what we want to do is change the blending mode to vivid light. So as you can see, the blending mode is here. I will click and I will scroll down to vivid light right there. And as you can see, the image looks a little bit wonky, but that is all right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna head up to filter in the top of your screen, and you're gonna go down to other, and you're gonna click high pass. So this will sharpen the entire image. As you can see, it already looks super sharp. We're not gonna sharpen the whole image, we're only gonna sharpen the subject's eyes because that's what we were focusing on today. So I like to keep this number anywhere between 3 and 6-ish, but it depends on the image and the camera. So I'm gonna set mine to around 4.5. That looks good to me. And press OK, and awesome. So the higher the number, the sharper your image will be. So keep that in mind. So now what we wanna do is hold Option and click on the little layer mask button on the bottom of the screen. So I'm gonna hold Option, click that. And now you can see the image is no longer sharpened and it is just a regular image that we started with. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna brush over the eyes where we want to sharpen. So I'm gonna press B for the brush and I'm gonna make sure that white is selected. So now that white is selected and I have my brush, I'm gonna increase the size. I'm gonna make sure that my opacity is anywhere from 10 to 50%. So I'm gonna just keep it around 40 here. And I'm going to start brushing over top of the outside of the eyes. So the eyelashes and that kind of area. Wherever I brush, it sharpens the image. So as you can see, it's already starting to sharpen her eyes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the other eye just on the outsides, perfect. And I'm also gonna do a little bit of sharpening on the eyebrows, but I'm gonna bring my opacity down so it's not super noticeable. Perfect, and as you can see, that's already sharpened up the eyes quite a bit. If you do make a mistake and you sharpen in the white parts of her eyes or somewhere and it looks kind of weird, all you have to do is press X, which will change your brush color to black, and then you can simply brush over top and it will erase all of your sharpening. But I didn't, so I'm just gonna keep that as it is, and that looks awesome. So once you have sharpened the eyes to your liking, you can create a new adjustment layer. So we click on this little adjustment layer button on the bottom, and then you're gonna wanna choose curves. The first part that we're gonna do is make the eyes brighter. And by eyes, I mean the inside of the eyes. So right here, this point is where we're gonna increase the brightness. So we're gonna take our curves layer and we're gonna make a point right in the middle, and we're just gonna drag it up a little bit. And then look at the eyes and see what looks good before it looks too unnatural. So I'd say that looks all right. So as you can see, this is how much we're gonna brighten the eyes. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did to the sharpening layer, where we're gonna create a layer mask. An easy way to create this layer mask is to simply press Command I. So I've pressed Command I. Now all I have to do is click my brush or press B, make sure that my paintbrush is white. Now that my brush is white, I am going to make little adjustments to her eyes. I'm going to zoom in, make sure that my brush size is not too large, just the same size as her eye here. And I'm going to change my opacity to about 30%. and just simply brush over the bottom, just similar to a moon. So I'm gonna just do this. So as you can see, I did her right eye, and you can see the little difference that it's making. So I'm gonna continue on with that same process for her other eye. Just making it slightly brighter, just like that. So basically I have increased the exposure in her eyes. So that looks good. Now you can zoom out and kind of take a look. It's a little bit much, but we're not quite finished yet. So what we're gonna do is we are going to create another curves layer, the same way we did the first one. Click the little box down there, go head up to curves. And what we're gonna do this time is we're gonna bring the curve down in exposure. So as you can see, we're gonna get a little bit darker. So we're gonna do something just like that. We're gonna press Command I again, which creates the layer mask. We're gonna press B to make sure that our brush is selected, make sure that we're still painting white, and the opacity is around 30%. Awesome. So now we're gonna wanna zoom into her eye there. And what we're gonna wanna do is make sure that the brush is a little bit smaller than before, because all we wanna do is paint around the black of her eyes. So this little bottom part is where we're gonna wanna paint. This is gonna increase the depth of her eyes, and it's gonna look awesome. So I'm gonna start painting around the blacks, and it's very subtle. We don't want it to be too black, or else it's gonna look a little bit off. Perfect. Now that looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom out, and we are going to see how that looks. So as you can see, the first layer is the darkness around her eye, and the second layer here is the bright insides. Once you have completed that last curve, you can group the two layers to see what they look like together. So I'm gonna hold Command, and I'm gonna click this other layer, and I'm gonna press Command G, which then creates a group. So now you can see how different it looks. So in this case, it looks a little bit unrealistic. So what I'm gonna do is just simply change the opacity from 100 to somewhere around 70, 75. There we go. So now it's not as much, but it still makes quite a difference. And that's pretty much it. So now all you have to do is export the photo. So I hope you guys learned something today, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, or you can hit me up in my Instagram DMs at SitchPics with any Photoshop related questions, and I'll try my best to help you out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's Sitch from Subtle Cinematics. Peace.
Bro, too bad I actually deleted the app. I deleted the app off my phone.
You know that women love ocean eyes, right?
Realize.
Wait, so you're gonna be like, so what you're saying is we're gonna turn me into a catfish?
You're damn right.